Guys, what is going on? This is my post-ride review of the Suzuki GSXR 600, and I've got to send a huge thank you to Hunter and the rest of the crew at Stubb Cycles in beautiful Houston, Texas, for allowing me the opportunity to bring this bike to you and for the trip down memory lane. Guys, back in the day, I used to rock a GSXR 750 and GSXR 600s up in the mountains in Northern California. And this is at a point in time where super sport middleweight bikes basically infested the area. These are motorcycles that are purpose-built for high performance. They have fairly committed riding positions, very agile handling, and very high performance engines capable of revving to 13, 14, 15,000 RPM. There is nothing like the howl of one of these machines at full song. And it pains me to say this, but it's as though the motorcycle industry is pushing this class of bike out in favor of the street sport type of bike. Now, you can say it's because people want more torque, more rideable motorcycles, that the super sport class has become far too committed, and all of that could be possibly true. But in the case of the GSXR 600, there's a little bit of a twist. The ergonomics of this motorcycle are still relatively old school. It's committed, but it's not as committed as some of the other offerings in the field. Yes, it makes a ton of RPM, but it also has a ton of gearing, and it's got a very silky engine at that. So going down the freeway, there's no lack of power. In fact, cruising down the freeway at 75 miles per hour, this bike is tacking 7,000 RPM. Just a quick twist of the throttle, and this thing responds by gobbling up road in front of you. So yes, there's plenty of acceleration on tap. People complain that they rev high and that could be somewhat buzzy, but in the case of the GSXR 600, absolutely not. It's buttery smooth as it's going about its work of just being a street bike. And it does that very well. Again, the ergonomics not being as committed means that it is a much more comfortable motorcycle than it is given credit for. Matter of fact, some of these up-and-coming street sport bikes could take a page out of the GSXR 600's playbook when it comes to being versatile and being comfortable and being exceptionally capable. So after having a chance to ride this bike, I got to thinking about, the GSXR 1000 that I recently picked up. And the more I started looking at that bike and I started reflecting on the GSXR 600 and by association the GSXR 750, I got to thinking, would I have maybe been better with one of those two motorcycles? The smoothness, the silkiness of that engine, not taking anything away from the GSXR 1000, but it's a brute by comparison. The handling, the flickability, the comfort of these bikes, it's something that you just can't translate into another machine. You can always add power, but there's a certain finesse that comes with the GSXR 600 and bikes that are like it that I don't know that you're going to be able to find in a more modern product. And that's another cool thing about the GSXR 600. Say what you will about it needing to be updated, but I think that machine evolved into exactly what it needed to be. It doesn't need to have a TFT. To be great, all you need to know is how many RPMs you got. It's got a beautiful analog tack right in the middle of the dash. It's got an LCD screen that'll let you know how fast you're going, but that's about all you really need out of a machine like this. And you could say, well, what about a quick shifter? Couldn't it do better with something like that? Well, maybe, but I gotta tell you, the silkiness and the snicketiness of that transmission and just the way that the clutch feels and the way that the engine responds on blipping for downshifts, do you really need a quick shifter in that respect? I didn't feel like I missed it when I was riding that bike. So for me, it does evoke a very old school, very pure motorcycling experience that in many ways you just kind of don't get with these other more modern bikes. And I hate to see this super sport class of bikes slowly get pushed out, as it already has been pushed out in other markets. We're fortunate and blessed to be able to still have these motorcycles on offer here in the States, And I would challenge you, if you haven't had a chance to ride one of these bikes, you need to. If you're in the market for one of these street sport bikes, you're going to want to at least give yourself the chance to ride a true dedicated sport bike and compare the two for yourself. I have a feeling that you may come away from the experience a little bit changed. And I'll tell you this too, when it comes to price point, GSXR 600 doesn't necessarily break the bank. It offers up all the comfort and the riding experience for around $11,500. Not much more than a GSX-8R. And it starts to look a little bit like a bargain when you start to look at some of these other street sport bikes like the R9 and the RCR coming from KTM. In that respect, it's a less expensive bike and you get a ton of performance to go along with it. But even if you take the bigger end of the super middleweights out and you start to compare it to bikes like the Aprilia Tuono 660, which is kind of getting up there in price, almost the same and in some cases more than the GSXR 600, yeah, that GSXR 600 starts to look even better still. I think I'd rather have that old school super sport whale than any of this new stuff anyway. Call me old fashioned if you will. And with that, guys, post up your comments. Let me know what you think about those old school super sports and we'll catch you on the next one. Appreciate you coming by.